All right, I think we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in Orioles baseball. We are back. It has been a minute. So it's good to be back. Good to have everybody here. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. We're going to have a good time today. Orioles. If I can get that right there. There we go. We got O's Rockies today. It's going to be a good time. I haven't called a game in a minute. Had a lot going on. Been very difficult to get the game scheduled. So it's good to be back. Orioles coming off a win last night, a historic win of all things, 18-0. I think was the final score of the game last night, which was a big win for the O's. And well, it's just a win for the O's. I think we all know that ultimately their season, for any chance of making playoffs, is over. But it is what it is. And at this point, it's about letting the young guys play. Let us get to the trade deadline, see who survives it and who gets traded, and make additional call-ups for those players that are gone, and go from there. But let's get into today. For the Orioles, Sagano is going to be pitching. 7-5 record, 4.54 ERA with 63 Ks. Let's go over the lineups for the visiting Colorado Rockies. Freeman batting first, Moniak second, Tovar third, Beck fourth, Estrada fifth, Fernandez sixth, Bernabel 7, Nola 8, and Arcia 9. For the O's, Jordan Westburg is going to play second and lead off, batting second in right field, Laureano, third at shortstop, Gunnar Henderson, fourth at DH, Tyler O'Neill, fifth and third base is Ramon Arias, sixth center field is Cedric Mullins, seventh at first base is Kobe Mayo, eighth at left field is Dylan Carlson, and ninth catching is Jackson. So, not the best lineup the Orioles could put out there for sure. No Jackson Holiday, no Colton Cowser, no Ryan O'Hearn. None of those guys are in the lineup today, at least not to start. So we'll see how it goes from there. What's up, Jeannie? Welcome in, Victor. Welcome in. Do I think Soto is going to help the Mets? Oh, yeah, Victor, absolutely, buddy. You have one of the best players in the game. I mean, you know, I think Juan Soto is a special talent. You know, plus you guys are in first place in your division by a half game, but you're still in first. Yeah, he's going to be just fine. You know, as the contract goes on over the years, it might be a little bit different. But I think to start, yeah, he'll be just fine. I don't see any issues with Juan Soto. He's ultimately going to be a help to your team. I think he will anyway. You know, good question, but yes, I think he's definitely going to be a help. Welcome in, everybody. Be sure to hit the like button as you're coming in. We're trying to get to that. That like goal says 100. I'm going to actually change that. We're going to change it to that. There you go. So we're not going to look for 100. We're only going to look for 50. Hopefully we get there. That'll be up to you guys. Would love to get there, but we'll see. Anyway, good to have everybody in. Orioles, Rockies, last game, final game of the 3-game set. It's the rubber game. Orioles, of course, lost the first game 6-5. Came out last night or yesterday. Well, no, I guess it was last night and won 18-0. Largest margin of victory by the Orioles. Largest margin of victory in a shutout win by the Orioles in team history. So we'll see what happens today. As today is the 27th of July, of course. Oh, Gregory Soto. Oh, yes, Soto. Victor, yeah, he's a hard-throwing lefty. I'm sorry, you meant the reliever that we just traded to you guys. My apologies. I think he's good. He'll have his moments where he'll get hit around, but he's a hard-throwing lefty. Yeah, I think he will help you guys a lot. You know, he had to give up a couple pitching prospects to us for him, but you know, to get something, you got to give up something. I think Soto will help you. I'm sorry, Victor. I thought you were talking about Juan Soto, but yeah, Gregory Soto will be a big help to you. I think he will. He'll have his moments as long as they use him correctly, but there are going to be times when he's going to give it up, and it all starts with his control. Victor. That's what I'll say. It all starts with his control. When he has control. Oh man, don't tell me we're gonna have a rain delay. If we're gonna have a rain delay, folks, we may not be able to call the game today. Let's see, they got the. It is delayed. Damn it. I wish I would have known that. If I had known it was going to be the delay, I wouldn't even have started this. All right, well, we're going to talk a little bit. We'll see how long this game's going to be delayed. Let me see something here real fast. Hold on.
First time in the modern era that has ever happened. And usually when Cedric Mullins is in the thick of things, he's doing...
Well, let's talk about a few things while we're waiting. Hopefully the game won't be too long. Yeah, I guess it's raining in Baltimore. But anyway, you know, of course, trade deadline's coming. Yeah, well, Victor, absolutely. I think a lot of teams need bullpen help. And a lot of teams, to be honest with you, with the Orioles now out of it and in seller mode, what you'll ultimately see is exactly that. You'll see the Orioles trade off a lot of their bullpen pieces. You might see Yennier Cano might go. You might see Sir Anthony Dominguez go. And to be honest with you, I would not have been surprised nor disappointed. And I know this is going to be, I think, a contentious point for a lot of Orioles fans. I wouldn't have been upset if they had traded away Jose Bautista or Felix Bautista, the closer. Closers to me are, I don't know, anybody can close. I'm sorry. I do believe that. I'm sorry. I've seen so many guys. Eric Gagne set the record for closing in one season. I've seen so many other people close. John Smoltz was a closer for a while. David Price closed for a while. Anybody can close. It's one inning. If you've got really good stuff, and if you're a good pitcher who can handle the pressure, which most of them can because they're in the major leagues, you only got to get through one inning. I think anybody can close. Dennis Eckersley was a starter for a while, and then he became a premier closer. You know, what was his name? Scott Williamson for the Orioles. I can't remember his name. Jim Johnson had 250 save season for the Orioles, and anybody can close for a short period of time. Yes, I understand. Billy Wagner, Trevor Hoffman, Mariano Rivera. Okay, those guys are guys that close for years and years and years. Fair enough. But I don't think closers are that big of a deal. So if the Orioles would have traded away Felix Bautista, I personally wouldn't have been upset with it. Especially depending upon what they would have got back. Because for one, with the way they're playing this year, he's not getting any save opportunities anyway. Because they're not winning. So, again, just my opinion, but we'll see. Rawson Found, welcome in, just stopping in to say hi before the Phillies game. Yeah, good luck to your Phillies today. Dog Training, welcome in. Hi, everyone. But when you don't have a good closer, it's noticeable, like remember last season without Bautista. Well, here's what I'll say about that, Dog Training Plus. They won 91 games last year without him, and this year with him, they may not even make 80 wins. So, a closer's only good if you have leads. And even then, I'm sorry, I still think that they could go. You're going to win ball games with just a good closer. You don't have to have a dominant closer. You're still going to win ball games. Closers are going to save the game 9 times out of 10. They really are. How many guys blow saves? Not many. They really don't. You know, and to be honest with you, if you really watch the game, Felix Bautista, he doesn't have, how do I word this? He's not long for baseball. I really don't think he is. I don't think this is a guy that's going to be long for baseball. For one, I don't think his stuff is that good. And what I mean by that is this. I don't think he makes quality pitches. He throws hard. He can throw 100, 102, 103 miles an hour. Okay, fair enough. But I don't think his pitches are quality pitches. A lot of times I don't think he knows where it's going. And I don't think he throws quality pitches. I think the velocity allows him to get away with bad pitches a lot of times. And when they don't, they hit him. Okay? His fastball sets up his slider, and that's great. Or his splitter, whatever it is he throws. And I get that. And it's not that I think he's bad. I think he's fine. But I don't think Felix Bautista is going down as the next Trevor Hoffman. I don't. I just don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so the Orioles are in a weather delay for now. I don't know how long they're going to be in a weather delay. We're going to talk this out for a little while until we see exactly how long the weather is looking to be delayed. I'm going to look at Baltimore right now. They do have some bands going through. You guys can see that. There's some bands of rain going through the Baltimore area right now. If they can get through that. Let's see, we're at 1:30. There's some bands going through. It looks like we might be in a delay for about 20 minutes. From what I'm seeing, I'm looking at about a 20-minute delay. Anyway, in the meantime, we'll talk it out. We'll have a good time. Anybody have any questions about anything, please ask them. Phillies closer is suspended for the year. See, that's the other thing, Ross. It's funny you say that. People always talk about baseball players and, PEDs and, hey, it doesn't help you hit the ball. And I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the... Who was it? It was one of the Hall of Famers that's in the Hall of Fame now that said, and I totally agree with him, because I am thoroughly against PEDs. I'm sorry. I am thoroughly against PEDs. He said, and I agree 100%, steroids do help you hit the ball better. For one, I always said steroids take what would be a long fly ball to the warning track. With steroids, that ball is now 2 to 3 rows deep into the stands for a home run. That's the first thing. The second thing is your recovery is a lot quicker when you're on steroids. Thirdly is come September, when everybody else is hurt and bruised and tired and exhausted from the season, you're recovering, and it's almost like spring training all over for you. So yes, there is an advantage. It does help you hit the ball better because you are much more recovered, in much better shape because of the steroids and what they do to help you. And that's what the guy said. I can't remember who it was. Was it John Smoltz? Was it Rich Gossage? I can't remember who it was. Somebody said that. And that's a good point. Dog Training Plus, on their roster, absolutely nobody. Okay? But I'm looking at what I want long term. Walk, and when you have high walks, that means you don't have command. Okay? And again, that I think Felix Bautista, and you're looking at all of 2 seasons from him. Okay? I can go out and find guys that had 2 good seasons. Really, 1 good season. One season, really. 1.5 maybe. From Felix Bautista. Okay? Of where he was really, really dominant. Last year he didn't play at all. The year before last, yes, that was his great season. This year he's been okay, but they're hitting him. Okay? So you have to look at more. The numbers are there, absolutely. The numbers are great, but he blows saves. And his walks mean something. You can't discount walks. If you're going to make me look at the career stats of the ERA and the WHIP, then you got to look at it. You got to look at the walks. And I think Felix Bautista is a fine pitcher, okay? He's going to be fine. But he's not going to be a guy. His sample size is too small for me, okay? If he had been doing it for 4 or 5 years and he's holding that 2.01 ERA, 0.97 WHIP at 4 or 5 seasons in, I'm on your side. But I'm not going to do it for a year and a half. And that's just how I see it. I'm not ready to buy in just yet. Look, I've been blasted on social media about this, and I'm not gonna. I have another channel. You guys have probably seen me. I'm on the Ryan Ripken show a lot. I talk on the Ryan Ripken show a lot about the Orioles. Well, right, but most closers are having good. Look, no closer is going to have an ERA or going to have an ERA over 2.5 to 3. Otherwise, he's not closing. But it hasn't been 3 full seasons, Dog Training Plus. Let's look up his numbers. And maybe I'm not saying I'm right. I could very well be wrong. But this year he's got a 2.60 ERA, which is fine. But it's not been 3 seasons. It's been, let's see, he got innings pitched. When 2023, obviously, he was extremely dominant. In 2022, he was good, 2.19 ERA, 65 and 61 innings pitched, 15 saves and 33 saves. This year, his ERA is up to 2.60 with 19 saves. He's been pretty good. Absolutely. But I just, again, for me, I don't know. I worry about him as a closer long term. Okay? That's all I'm saying is I look at him long term and I'm like, I don't know. I can get anybody to close. But I get what you're saying. I mean, this season's his worst season yet. He's got an ERA of 2.6. He's close to if he keeps doing what he's doing. Well, not only that, the other 2.5 seasons. That's exactly right. But I get what you're saying. But like I said, I'm looking at more of 4 to 5 seasons. Again, I can go out and look at Jim Johnson for the Orioles had 2 years where he saved 50 plus games. Where is he? He fell off the face of the earth. Eric Gagne saved like 75 straight games. Whatever happened to him? Aroldis Chapman came up as a closer. Everybody thought he was going to be the next Mariano Rivera with how hard he threw. What happened to him? Nope. He's not anything anymore. He's not anybody. He's not feared. So all I'm saying is there's a couple good seasons isn't enough for me. If he keeps doing this for 4 or 5 years and he's still extremely dominant and showing signs that he's not slowing down and they're not hitting him, I'm on the same page. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. It's all a matter of he did blow a lot of saves. That's my point. I don't think Bautista has been really good, but I want to see it longer. That's all I'm getting at. I just want to see him do it longer. I do. I want to see him do it longer than just 2.5 seasons. I want him to have 4 or 5 seasons of that before I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and say yes. The other issue I have with him is he's already missed 1 full season for Tommy John surgery as a closer. And now here he is again with shoulder discomfort. So that's the other thing. I always say there's no ability like availability. I don't care how good he is. If he's not on the roster because he's hurt, then he's no good to me. He's nothing. And now here we are again. He missed all of last year. And now here we are again. He's hurt again. God forbid, but if it's a second Tommy John surgery, that's it. That's it. At that point, you've got to weigh the options of where you want to be with him. He can be very dominant, Dog Training Plus. I don't disagree with you. He can be very dominant. But there are telling signs at times where this is not a guy that's going to be a long-term closer. Well, first off, if he's an injury risk, you're not going to get a lot of return for him because teams are going to know that, right? Teams are going to know that. They're going to know he's an injury risk. Like right now, you can't trade him if you're the Orioles. You can't trade him. Who wants him? Nobody wants him. He's on the DL again. Who knows? He might be out for the season again. He's coming back from Tommy John, for one. And now he's been pretty good this year. He's got a 2.60 ERA as a closer. That's okay. That's not bad. But who now he's back on the injured list again. I don't know. I don't know that anybody's going to want him. First off, where's the value in a guy that's hurt? And again, it's his elbow, it's his shoulder, it's his elbow. Hopefully, it's not his elbow. He's having shoulder discomfort. He's your closer. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. But again, is there anybody close to having the numbers that he has on the team right now? No. But that's because they haven't been given the opportunity. Right? Felix Bautista didn't have those numbers until he was given the opportunity. You can't put up the numbers if you're not in the games to be given the opportunity to put up the numbers. Dog Training Plus, 100% agree. I don't want that either. But I got to be honest with you. Are you really comfortable this year when Felix Bautista comes into the games? I'm not. I haven't felt comfortable this year. He got the save the other night, and he had to do a song and dance just to get out of it. Now, he got out of it, but he scares me at times. I don't think he is automatic. I don't. Now, in 2023, when he had his great season, he was Mr. Automatic. I agree. But again, it's not enough. He's not. I've got to see long-term success. That's all I'm saying. And it's very possible that, it's very possible that it's going to happen. I'm not saying it won't. But what I'm saying is, before I fully jump on a bandwagon, I've got to see more. And I said the same thing about Cedric Mullins. And I've said the same thing about Ryan Mountcastle. And I'm sorry to be the Debbie Downer on this, and I love my Orioles. Look behind me. You see all my Orioles stuff. Okay? I'm not this flash in the pan fan. Cedric Mullins had one good season. One. 2021. 30-30 season. Look at his numbers ever since then. Even this year, he's batting like .218 this year. He's terrible. I'm sorry. Every once in a while, he'll run into one. Okay, he's got 14 home runs. Great. His defense is good in the outfield. Absolutely. Can't throw. And he's not stealing bases anymore. He's not going to be a 30 steal guy anymore. He's just not stealing. And why is he not stealing? Because he ain't getting on base. He's not getting on base. He'll strike out or he hits home runs. That's it. That's all he's doing. And that's why he doesn't hit leadoff anymore. He's hitting at the bottom of the order. He's been bad. He just has been bad. I'm sorry. You can't sugarcoat it. I like Cedric Mullins. I like him. But I'm going to tell you what I see. Same thing with Ryan Mountcastle. Ryan Mountcastle's seasons, every single year, his numbers have just continued to plummet. And if Ryan Ripken one more time says how great Ryan Mountcastle is, I'm gonna vomit. He's not that player. He went from his 2021 season, when his first full season, 2021, he hit 33 home runs, 89 RBIs, 255 batting average. Not great for an average. Right? Next season after the 33, he goes 22 home runs, 85 RBIs, 250 batting average. Then he goes down to 18 home runs, only 68 RBIs, a little bit of a higher batting average at 270. Then he goes from 18 home runs to 13 home runs, 63 RBIs, and a 271 batting average. And then this year, he's just been pathetic. Now, I get it. He's been on the DL for a majority of it, but he's horrible. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, 246 batting average. Ryan Mountcastle continues to decrease in production across the board. His defense is good, but we're not paying him for his defense. And his numbers just continue to plummet. And I don't see what the Orioles fans see. This is a guy that's making, in 2025, he's making $6,787,000 is Ryan Mountcastle right now. $6,787,000. Almost $7 million. That's a lot of money. And his numbers continue to plummet. Something has to change. They brought the fence in and they were like, oh, this is going to be great for Ryan Mountcastle. He had so many home runs that were stolen from him. It hasn't done anything. Even when he was healthy, he's not even a threat to hit a home run. And I'm getting on the Orioles so much is because I think all of this plays into why the season's been so bad. Okay? I think all of it plays into why the season has been as bad as it's been for the O's. And I think we all knew the pitching was going to be subpar, was definitely going to be the weak link on this team. But I don't think anybody thought the offense was going to be a weak spot. I think everybody thought the offense was going to be the strength and what was going to carry us. And they haven't done it. All right, we're still in the weather delay, folks. We're going to hang in till 2 o'clock. I mean, there's just, unfortunately for the Orioles, there's very few major bright spots in this season, and it reflects in the standings and the record. Jackson Holliday's been great, absolutely great. I've been in some of these other shows, Ryan Ripken's show, Facebook, this, that, and the other last year when he was batting 189. Everybody said we need to trade him. And it's like, again, it's one of those things. You can't go off a small sample size. You got to give him time. Jackson Holliday's been great for the Orioles this year. Really stepped up. He's in the conversation for most valuable Oriole. Ramon Laureano. He's been great. He's played fantastic for the Orioles this year. He's really stepped up. Still don't think he's a long-term answer. But I like him as a platoon guy to come in when we need him to come in. I really think Laureano has played absolutely great this season for the Orioles. Offensively, he's been really good. He's steady in the outfield, and he's a good leader presence in the clubhouse. Ramon Laureano has been really, really good. So there's another one that I think has had a really nice season. Trevor Rogers, the guy that everybody was so upset about when we traded away Kyle Stowers and Connor Norby. Trevor Rogers is now starting to step up. Look at him. He had it again last night. He gave up like 1 hit and 1 walk over 7 innings. Shut out the Rockies. And I get it. It's the Rockies. But he's been doing it all season. He's like 4-1 with like a 1.47 ERA. He's been unbelievable for the Orioles this year. Ever since he's gotten called up, he's been unbelievable. So I think he's paid dividends for the Orioles. He really has. I love seeing how well Trevor Rogers has done. And good for Kyle Stowers. Good for Kyle Stowers. He's playing really well in Miami. Good. I'm glad. I still don't have any issue with that trade. I don't. At the time, the Orioles had nowhere for Kyle Stowers to play. At the time. And they needed left-handed starting pitching. They went out and they got Trevor Rogers. And Connor Norby was part of the trade as well. I don't think Norby's doing much of anything with the Marlins. He might be having an okay season, but nothing off the charts like Kyle Stowers is doing. So, that's fine. I don't know. But Trevor Rogers has been really, really good. It's hard for me to really find anywhere else where I can absolutely say we've had such great seasons. I know everybody's going to point to Ryan O'Hearn. Again, this is another one. You've got to look deeper at the numbers on Ryan O'Hearn and whether or not he's really had a good season. 12 home runs, 282 batting average, 41 runs scored, 39 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, and he's got an on-base percentage of 375. Right? Okay, fair enough. But looking at his last, I don't know. I don't even know how many games we could even look at. I would have to pull it up and find the numbers. I don't know. I think Ryan O'Hearn is fine, but I don't think he's. I don't know. His last 31 games or something like that, he's hitting like 210 with 2 home runs. I just want to see more from him. I think O'Hearn made the All-Star team because the Orioles didn't have much of anybody else that could have made it. Yeah, Dog Training Plus. I agree with you. I think that's more where he should be. He's an on-base guy for sure. 375 on-base percentage is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. I don't think he's I don't. He's never been a middle of the order guy. He wasn't that guy. He was, his last 30 games, Ryan O'Hearn, over his last 30 games, he's got 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, and he's batting .233 with 17 strikeouts and 16 walks. So yes, he takes his walks. He does get on base in that respect. And he's fine at first base and he's fine in the outfield. He's not stellar at either one, but he's fine. But again, he's one of these guys. I think that if the Orioles have an opportunity to trade him and they get the right deal, you have to trade Ryan O'Hearn. I think he is at his peak value. You're absolutely right, Dog Training Plus. This is a guy, he's a good on-base player that shouldn't be in the middle of the lineup. Ryan O'Hearn should be hitting about 7th or 8th. I firmly believe that. I just believe that. And he's not going to do that here because he's not going to do that here because you're having down seasons from Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, and Jordan Westburg. Unfortunately, all three of those guys, who probably should be your 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters right there, all of them are having down seasons. So, and Tyler O'Neill has been non-existent. He's been a total bust so far. Because injuries with him too. So you have guys that are supposed to be in the middle of that order that now can't be in the middle of that order. Somebody's got to hit in the middle of the order. So that's where they're putting Ryan O'Hearn. Right. But Dog Training Plus, look at where Anthony Santander is now. He's batting like 190 with like 5 home runs, and he's been on the injured list for Toronto half the season. So, no, the Orioles didn't get that back, but they wouldn't have had it anyway. Santander's been hurt all season. I think I said that last year with Santander. I said his time with the Orioles is over and not re-signing him. And I think it was a good move. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll come back and he'll have a great last month or two of the season. I don't know. But, look, what Anthony Santander did last year was his best season. He's not ever, mark my words, right now, you hear it, July 27th at 2 p.m., I'm saying it right now. Anthony Santander won't even get close to those numbers again. He won't. He may not even hit 30 home runs again. I think last year was his absolute peak. He was hitting in a really good ballpark in Baltimore, especially when he was hitting left-handed. He could just, that short porch in right field was very, very conducive for him. But I think that Anthony Santander's best day was his last season with the Orioles. I do. Yeah, he was a good RBI guy. He was. Again, and Dog Training Plus, I'm sure you know this. Anthony Santander was extremely, probably the most streaky hitter I've ever seen in my entire life. There are guys that are streaky, but his streaks were so prolonged. It was great and horrible at the same time. When he was on, boy, he could carry you for a month and a half. He would hit everything and he would just be on fire. But when he was off, he swung at everything. He would chase. He would look like he was lost at the plate. And you forget it. You would get nothing from him. He would do it for weeks. Not just a couple games. He would do it for weeks. So he's too streaky for me. What I've always liked in ball players, for me personally, more than anything else, and it's one of the reasons why I'm a really big fan of Jordan Westburg, and it's another reason why I'm not really getting on Gunnar Henderson, is I like guys that are just consistent. Just be consistent. Be good. You don't have to be great all the time. Have your great moments. Be good. All the time, be good. And Gunnar, nope, he's not hitting the home runs and RBIs like he did last year. Absolutely. But he's still getting on base. He's got a 280-something batting average. His on-base percentage, he's still taking some walks. He's still driving in some runs here and there. I don't mind that. If he was having 11 home runs, 40 RBIs, and hitting 250, I'd have an issue. But he's not. He's hitting 280. 280-something. So he's still being a productive player. Jordan Westburg, same thing. He just gives you good at-bats. Obviously, he got hurt again, and that's a worry. But he gives you good at-bats, and he competes, and he's a good player across the board. So that means something to me. That's what I want. I want good players who are consistent. Streaky players, I don't like streakies. I just don't. I don't like streaky players. Dog Training, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you commenting with me. Sorry, guys. It's after 2 o'clock. So we're going to give this a couple more minutes here and see if anything happens. All right, looks like they might be doing something because they're starting the... Looks like they're starting to roll the reel from last night's game. Usually when they do the rolling of the reel of last night's game, it's because they're about to get started here. Let's see. All right, let's take a look and see what we got going here. All right, yeah, it looks like the sun's out. Yay! So it looks like we're about ready to get started here. Yep, Sagano's on the mound. All right, so we're going to get going here. All right, this is awesome. Let's see. All right, so Sagano's on the mound. There we go. So we got Tomoyuki Sagano, 7-5 record, 4.54 ERA, 103 innings, 135 WHIP. Opponents are hitting 274 against him. It's kind of high. 5.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, 2.3 walks per 9 innings, 20 home runs. So he's giving up the long ball. All right, gang. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to have a good time today. Hit the like button. Our goal is 50. Even if we get close to it, I'll be very happy. Good to have everybody in here. Our next broadcast, don't listen to that. That's not true. We'll get into our next broadcast in a minute here. Let me take a look real fast and see if I can see who's got who next week. I know the Orioles are on the road next week. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. The Orioles, Wednesday, it's a 12:35 game. So we're probably going to do... Let me take a look here. Do they not play? All right, so they don't play there. Let's take a look real fast before we get started. Nope, can't do Friday. We can do... All right, so I'm not sure when the next game is going to be because, unfortunately... The Tuesday, I can't do Tuesday night. I can't do Wednesday afternoon because of work. They don't play Thursday. And then Friday is a 2:20 game in the afternoon at the Cubs. So we'll see. I'll have to put something up. But anyway, good to have everybody in. Batter is in the box, and we're about ready to get started here. Let's see what we get with the O's. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. And Sagano's first pitch is a swing and a fly ball. Short right field. Here comes the right fielder. He's coming, and Laureano gets there. And one pitch, one out. That's what you want to see if you're the Orioles. That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Birds. You want to see one pitch, one out. That is really good, just like that. So one down, all ready to start. Welcome in, everybody, if you're new here. This is the Birdland Network. And this is the rubber game of a 3-game set here at Baltimore. At Oriole Park. Sagano is set. Moniak is in the box. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a strike. 0-1. This is kind of a get-right game for Sagano. I think he matches up well against them. 273 hitter, 16 home runs, 40 RBIs for Mickey Moniak. Good ball player for sure. 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Again, I just think this is a get-right game for Sagano. I think he matches up well against the Rockies. Hopefully he'll put up a good game. And let's see what he does. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a fly ball to left field. That's going to get out of play. 1-2. Good to have everybody in here. We have 14 likes already, and you guys are all here, and I appreciate you being here. Oh, Sagano's got a beard going. Look at, or a mustache going. 1-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2. Best we can do there. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moniak. Sagano's set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. Foul. Colby Mayo is playing first base today. I really would like to see the Orioles continue to give him just regular at-bats. Not just against lefties, but against righties. I really want to see him. I mean, at some point, if he's going to be an everyday player, he's got to hit against right-handers. He just does. 2-2 pitch again. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back again. 95 for Sagano. Got it up there on that one. So the delay was about 30-minute delay. That's not too bad. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. So 2 down for Sagano here in the first inning. Sporting a mustache. What's with the stash? That's crazy town. He looks different. So 2 outs. That's going to bring to the plate Tovar. 263 hitter. Sagano's first pitch to him. Here it comes. Just on the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Could have been called a strike. Looked like he caught the corner, but nope. Umpire says no. Didn't get it. Ezequiel Tovar, 263 hitter, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1. Nice pitch right there. Sagano's another one of those guys. You got to wonder where he's going to be at the deadline. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him. 1-2. I don't know if that's his splitter or what that is, but whatever it is, it's working really well. He's got Tovar out in front on those 2 pitches. Let's see if he goes back to the well again. 1-2 pitch. Nope. Line drive. Base hit in up the middle into center field. So a 2-strike base hit for Tovar. That was a nice piece of hitting. The ball was up, though. It was a very hittable pitch. Probably not where Sagano wanted it. And he laces it into center field for a base hit. Just kept the ball up right down the heart of the plate, and Gunnar wasn't going to get to that ball, and that's a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out hit, and they have their first base runner of the game. 100.9 mile per hour off the bat. Jordan Beck, 274, 11 home runs. First pitch outside, ball 1. 1-0. At this point, if you're the Orioles, what you really need to do is just find ways to try to win series. Get back as close as you can to 500. 1-0 pitch. Way outside. Ball 2. 2-0. Just, they came out of the break. They lost 2 of 3 to Tampa Bay. They lost 3 of 4 to Cleveland. So, they go 2 and 5 to start the second half. Just not a good start for sure. 2-0 pitch. Outside again, ball 3. So as quickly as Sagano looked good on the first 2 hitters, base hit, and now he's behind 3-0 here on Beck. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk. For the Orioles, Dylan Carlson in left, Mullins in center, Laureano in right, Arias at third, Henderson at short, Westberg at second, Mayo at first, Jackson is behind the plate, and of course Sagano's on the mound. So a lot of the regulars are sitting today, to start at least. Here's Estrada, first pitch to him, ground ball right back to the pitcher. Sagano's got it, throw to first, and that's the inning. So he had to labor a little bit, but he got out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Birds get their shot at it right here. Good start for the Orioles. What you really want to do is try to get early leads. It's something they struggled at last year and early in the season was not getting early leads, not scoring early in ball games. It'd be third, fourth inning. They'd have one or 2 hits, maybe no runs. It wouldn't score till late. Lately, they've been scoring early, and then they can't keep the leads. So it's just been. I personally just think the Orioles have been snake bitten this year. Whether it be the injuries, some bad luck, some bad ball playing. I think some of the philosophy of how they hit isn't great. I personally think that next year is just a reset. I still think they're going to contend. I have no doubt about it. I think that the talent is still here, and there's just too much talent to not contend. You know, if they can stay healthy next year, and that's a big if. That's a big if. Don't get me wrong. I know it is. But if they can stay healthy next year, if they get Grayson Rodriguez back, if they can get Kyle Bradish back, Tyler Wells back, go out and sign a good pitcher, you know, you've got a good 3 or 4 starting rotation. Maybe get some guys for the bullpen and just bring in maybe a veteran hitter or two. You know, Gunnar, Adley, Westberg, Hauser, all these guys are going to be a Holiday are going to be another year older, a little bit more experience. I see no reason why this team can't contend again next year. You know, they've just had so many injuries, like 25 to 27 different guys have gone on the injured list this year. And it's been difficult. All right, here's Gomber's first pitch to Westberg. Swing and a foul back, 0-1. I will say this, if there's one thing about the Orioles I don't like, and it's part of the philosophy and the culture of the hitting on this team, they don't take pitches. They don't get deep into counts. 0-1 pitch, here it comes. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. I don't like seeing first pitch swings. I don't. I like seeing ball players. Let me put the game back up. My apologies. I like seeing ball players take a first pitch. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fly ball, center field, shallow. Center fielder's going to get there. That's the first out. 1 down. It should come up in a second here, folks. There it goes. Oh, I just had it. There it is. Okay, there we go. All right, here's Laureano. First pitch to him is a strike, 0-1. Yeah, Laureano's been a real big plus for the Orioles this year. 273 hitter, 14 home runs, 43 RBIs, 846 OPS. 0-1 pitch high, ball 1, 1-1. Welcome in, everybody. If you are coming in, please hit that like button. We're trying to get to 50 likes. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2, 2-1. Trying to get to 50 likes. Hopefully we'll get there. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more Orioles talk. I'm going to come out with a video on, as the trade deadline comes, what I think the Orioles are going to do for trades. 1-1 pitch, fouled. 1-2. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might do who I think is going to get traded, or I could wait until after the trade deadline and just discuss what I think of the trades, or both. I could do both. 2-2 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 3, 3-2. This is what I like to see. I like to see Laureano and ball players, you know, go deep into counts. Try to drive up a pitcher's, you know, pitch count a little bit. 3-2 on the way. There's a swing and a foul back. We're going to do it again. I think that happened yesterday with Trevor Rogers, one of the players for the Colorado Rockies. Had like a 12 or 13 pitch at bat. It was late. It was like the 7th inning. And he drew a walk. That's a great at bat. Make the pitcher work. Like this at bat. This is the 7th pitch for Laureano. Here it comes. Ball 4. So a 1-out walk. And from being down in the count 1-2 to getting a walk. So good start right there. Good job by Laureano. That's going to bring Gunnar to the plate. And again, Gunnar, 281 hitter on the season. You know, power numbers are down. I still think he's a 3 or 4 hitter guy in the lineup. 38 RBIs, 809 OPS. Here's the pitch. Curveball is low. Ball 1, 1-0. I think part of it with Gunnar is just the swing. I don't know why his numbers are down as much as they are. He's set. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Low, ball 2. Good takes. I like the takes. I do. I like the takes. I like seeing these guys take pitches. Now he's in a good hitter's count. He knows he's got to come with a good pitch here. Henderson set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman. Calls it fair. He's going to step on the bag at first to get Gunnar, but Laureano is going to advance to second base. The ground ball was to the first baseman. He bobbled it. If he doesn't bobble it, he might go to second and try to get the double play, but he bobbled it and had to just take the out at first. So now there's 2 down, man on second for Tyler O'Neill, who has hit a couple home runs since he's been back. Hit another one last night. Still batting .211 with 5 home runs on the season. Let's see what he can do. First pitch. Curveball, strike. 0-1. O'Neill in the season is a .211 hitter. 5 home runs, 15 RBI, 696 OPS. Certainly not the player the Orioles were hoping he was going to be. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball. Short right field. Nope. First baseman's out. And he's got it. And that's your inning. So the Orioles get a walk. Leave a man. We're going to head to the top of the second inning. No score. Good to have everybody here. We're up to 14 likes. Hit that like button, gang. We're trying to get to 100. We're trying to get to 50 likes today. We got 11 of you in here. Orioles, Rockies, last game of the series. And it's the rubber game. 6-5 win for the Rockies on Friday night. 18-0 win for the Orioles yesterday, Saturday. And here we are, Sunday for the rubber match. It's funny, I said to my wife last night, after the Orioles won 18-0, I said, watch, tomorrow they'll get shut out. It's just been that type of season. It's just been that type of season for the Orioles. I was like, watch, they win 18-0 today. Tomorrow they'll lose 2-1 or 6-0. I hope not. Oh, yeah, we got another like. Good to have everybody in here. Thanks, Jeannie. Appreciate you saying that. Yep, everybody hit that like button. Everybody's doing great. We got 15 likes already. I'm very happy with that. Thank you all for being here. Again, we're just having fun. No play-by-play right now for next week. I don't know what game I'm going to do. I might even do tomorrow night. I might do tomorrow night against, I think they're playing the Cubs tomorrow night. Or I can't remember where they are. Is it the Cubs? I can't remember where they are tomorrow night. But I might do the game tomorrow night. I'm not 100% yet. So we'll have to see. But I can't do Tuesday night. And I can't do Wednesday afternoon. And then they don't play Thursday. And then, no. Where are they tomorrow? Are they in Philly? They might be in Philadelphia. I can't remember. All right, here we go. Sagano set. First pitch to Fernandez. Curveball outside, but it's called a strike. I think he was given one there. Looked like it was a little outside. Yanquiel Fernandez. 0-1 pitch on the way from Sagano. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So he quickly gets ahead. 0-2. Great to see everybody in here. 11 of you watching. Please hit the like button as you come in. And share us out. Have folks come on in. Let's talk Orioles baseball. Good, bad, the ugly, whatever you want. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that's the first out of the inning. He looked overmatched and lost there for sure. Sagano quickly. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. So that'll bring Burnable to the plate. First baseman. Sagano is set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. They are really out in front of all his pitches right now. Got 12 of you in here. Thank you all for being here. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, left field. That's hit pretty good. That ball's back, and it's gone! Home run. Holy macaroni. Burnable takes one out to left field. I looked at it if Carlson might have a play on it, but it did not. And he went over the fence, just over the fence. And just like that, the Rockies take a 1-0 lead. Relax, dude. I think he's showboating a little too much for a guy that's on a last place team. But Burnable with the home run, and just like that, Colorado takes a 1-0 lead. Wow. That ball just kept carrying. At first, I thought Carlson was going to have a play on it, but nope, it makes it out. 1-0 Colorado, just like that. Next hitter up, here's the pitch. Strike, 0-1. It's probably been Sagano's big Achilles heel this year is the home run ball. That's 21 now. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field, playable. Laureano's there. He's got it. That's the second out. So already the Rockies have scored more runs today than they did yesterday. That's going to bring Arcia to the plate. Sagano is set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul. 0-1. Yeah, home run dog training plus. That's fine. You know, again, if the Orioles should score runs. And I get it. They don't have the best lineup in there tonight. You know, no Holiday, no O'Hearn, no Calzer. 0-1 pitch to right field. Hit fairly deep. Looks like Laureano's going to have a play at the warning track. Yep, he's got it. That's the inning. But damage done. 1 hit, 1 run, home run. Colorado takes a 1-0 lead. My apologies. I should have went there. But I'll get that next inning, I promise. I get caught up in the game and I forget to switch it back. Yeah, it's been the one Achilles heel this year for Sagano is keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's just really had an issue with that this year. That is the 21st home run this year that he's given up. That's a lot of home runs. And we're not done. There's still all of August and all of September to go. He's got 2 more months of baseball. 820 Chief, what's up, Dan? Welcome in. Hit that like button as you're coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. We're trying to get to 50 likes before we're done with this ball game today. On our other channel tonight, we'll be back this evening for our Sunday social as we discuss Mission Space, and I'll discuss our meetups in November and February again. Talk about our trip a little bit, some Disney news. So I hope you guys can join us for that as well. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. We just went over 19,000 subscribers on our other channel. So very excited about that. 19,000. And we surpassed 19,000 very, very, very well. So we are on our way to 20,000. We got about 975 subscribers to go to get to 20,000. But we're going to do it. We're going to make it this year. We're making it this year. I promise you, we're making it. All right, so here's Ramon Arias. First pitch to him is a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for the second baseman. He bobbles through to first. In time. Wow, he even bobbled it. Second baseman had to charge. Got it. Bobbled it a little bit. Throws to first and still gets Arias by a step. That's good play by the second baseman there to stay with it. Yeah, he's definitely out. Here's Mullins. First pitch, strike, 0-1. 219 hitter on the year for Cedric Mullins. I think he's got 14 home runs, 41 RBIs. 14 home runs, 45 RBIs. 705 OPS. Ooh, that's low. 0-1 pitch, high, ball 1. 1-1. Again, I like Cedric Mullins. I just don't see the Orioles re-signing him. I think he's a trade. I think he's being traded. 1-1 pitch, high, ball 2. 2-1. I really do. I think the Orioles will trade him to a contender, and a contender will use him in a platoon, late inning defensive replacement, a start here and there against righties. 1-1 pitch, or 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. 3-1. I don't think, and I could be totally wrong, I don't see Cedric Mullins as a difference maker on a team that's going to carry a team to a pennant. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back, 3-2. I do think that he can be a contributing factor to a pennant. I really do. But again, I think his time as an Oriole is probably coming to an end. I really do. Longest tenured Oriole, but I think his time's coming to an end. He's got a full count here, though. Here's the pitch. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ball 4. So 1-out walk. Cedric Mullins. So 2 innings in a row. The Orioles get a 1-out walk. Let's see if they can do anything with it. And again, I was talking about this earlier with Mullins. What I want to see more from him when he gets on base is, put the defense, make them really have to play, pressure him. He needs to start stealing bases again. All right, here's Kobe Mayo, 213 hitter, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Let's see what Mayo can do. He's been looking better. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball, left field. That's down into the wall. That's going to be extra bases. Mullins is rounding third. He's going to be held there, and it's a 1-out double for Kobe Mayo, who's starting to come around. Mayo is looking good. He really is. First pitch swinging. He laces a double into the left field corner. And just like that, the Orioles have second and third with only 1 out. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Says, hi, Walt. I have a question for you. Which players should we get back from trade? I don't know. I don't know what they'll trade, Laura. Be honest with you, they'll probably get prospects, and the Orioles are probably looking for pitching prospects. All right, here's Dylan Carlson with second and third. Only 1 out. Let's see what we can do with it here. Nice piece of hitting by Mayo. Here's the pitch. That's high, but it's just caught the zone. 0-1. Dog Train says, I agree. They had more than enough time to re-sign Mullins if they were going to, and they don't want to lose him for nothing to free agency. Right, exactly. Yeah, I think his time is up. I think he gets traded. I really do. 0-1 pitch. There's a line drive. Base hit into left field. That's going to score Mullins, and they're going to bring Mayo to the plate. Here's the throw. He is safe. And the Orioles take a 2-1 lead on the base hit. And Carlson took the extra base on the throw-through. On the base hit by Dylan Carlson. 2-1 Birds. Bottom of the lineup coming through for the Orioles right there. Very nice. And the Orioles answer right back. Carlson laces a ball into left field. Mullins scores easy. Mayo scores easy. The throw beats him to the plate, but it's offline. It's up the first base line a little bit. If it's a more accurate throw, it could have been closer. But nope, 2-1 Birds. And here's Jackson, the catcher. There's first pitch to him is a strike. What's his first name? Is it, isn't that terrible? Jackson, I can't think of his first name. Alex Jackson. 304 on the season. 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. He's hitting well. Limited at bats. He's doing what he's supposed to do. 0-1 pitch, swing, and a foul back. 0-2. So quickly, the Orioles answer right back after the home run by Sagano. The Orioles get right back with a double, a walk, a double, and then another single to bring them both home. So 0-2 count on Alex Jackson right here. Let's see if he can just shorten his swing, keep the ball in play. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, you're out. Curveball right there. Wow, he had him fooled on that one. So 2 down. It's going to go back to the top of the lineup for Jordan Westburg. Wow. That was a curveball that just broke back over the plate, and Jackson just gave up on it, and he's called out on strikes. That's a very hittable pitch. Well, here's Westburg with 2 down now. First pitch. Pop up. See, swinging at the first pitch, I don't like it. Fly ball to right field. It's going to be caught by the right field, and that's your inning. I just don't like that at all. Take a pitch. But the Orioles get the job done. 2 runs scored on 2 hits. 1 man left. 2-1 Birds are heading to the 3rd inning. I did it again. I'm sorry, guys. I was supposed to do that. You guys got to remind me. The 3rd inning will go around Major League Baseball. We'll do some score updates. But we won't do that till after the 3rd inning. Guys, 17 likes with 10 of you, 9 of you in here watching. Hit that like button. What do you think there will be major changes or just chalk it up to a bad year? Victor, personally, I just think both. I think there will be some changes for sure. It's already happening. Brian Baker's gone. Gregory Soto's gone. Other guys will go. Yes, I think there will be changes for sure. But I do chalk it up to a bad year. I think there's way too much talent on this Orioles team. And yes, I'm an Orioles fan. So maybe part of it is it's me being a homer. Maybe I don't see it. But what I do see is a team that has a lot of talent that I think just was snake bitten this year. But I think there are changes that need to be made, and I think they will be made. Do you think the two prospects we got from the Mets are going to be a starter for us at some point? I don't. I think one of them will definitely be in a reliever, and the other one maybe a starter, but they're still a ways off. I don't think we'll see either one of them this year, maybe some point next year. But I'll have to look into more into those two guys, but we'll see. Calvin Barnes, welcome in. Top 5 Orioles who should be traded this week. Morton, Mullins, Mountcastle, and 2 more who have expiring contracts. I agree on Morton. I think he's pitched well enough that teams will probably take a flyer on him. Orioles aren't going to get much for him. I agree on Mullins. I think that Mullins will probably go too. I see no way they trade Mountcastle. Here's the first pitch from Scotto. Strike right there down the middle. 0-1 to Freeman. Nobody wants Mountcastle. He's been hurt all year. His numbers are terrible. They're not trading him. Nobody will want him for one. 0-1 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1. I think Ryan O'Hearn will get traded. I think he's probably gone. And I'll be honest with you, although I don't think I want him to be traded, I think your best value right now to get something really good in return is Ramon Laureano. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a strike. 1-2. Good pitch by Sagano. Mayo should remain on the 40-man roster. Heston deserves to either be traded or given a permanent spot on the roster. Orioles management needs to stop hoarding and wasting young talent. Calvin, I agree with that. Right after this pitch. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. I think Kobe Mayo needs to play every day. Okay? I'm sorry. He's just got to play every day. He's a right-handed first baseman just like Ryan Mountcastle. And he's got as many home runs as Ryan Mountcastle. And I agree on Heston Kjerstad. I think there are problems with Heston Kjerstad's approach at the plate at times. But I do think he's a guy. He needs to be given a shot. Here's Moniak. Outside. Ball 1. 1-0. I think that Heston Kjerstad has not been given his rightful shot. Give him a full season or two. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Look at Spencer Torkelson for the Detroit Tigers. 1-0 pitch. Swinging and a foul. 1-1. Torkelson was not good. 1-1 pick. He was the first overall pick a few years back. First couple seasons in Detroit, he wasn't very good at all. They stuck with him, let him play every day. They took the bumps and bruises, the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys, and look at him now, playing really well. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball to right field. It's going to stay up for Laureano to catch it, and that's 2 quick outs. Do we trade Zach Eflin or do we keep him? I think they trade him. I do. I think the Orioles will probably trade him. But if they do keep him at the end of the season, when the time comes, you got to make a qualifying offer to him. That way you can get a draft pick if he leaves via free agency. I would really like to see the Orioles re-sign him to like a 3-year deal. That's what I really would like. 1-1 pitch, or here's the first pitch to Tovar. Strike, 0-1. Tovar singled his first time up. I would really like to see the Orioles re-sign Eflin. If you can get Zach Eflin, Kyle Bradish, and Grayson Rodriguez as your 1-2-3. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-1. If that can be your 1-2-3 next year, and again, I get it. It's a big if. I get it. It's a big if. Grayson Rodriguez has been nothing short of absolutely, unreliable and hurt all the time. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. He's been no help to the Orioles. There we go. I meant to do that earlier. Sorry, guys. He has been no help. So I get it. That's a big if. But if you can get Grayson healthy and you can get Bradish back and you re-sign a Zach Eflin, that's a good 1-2-3. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Dive by Gunnar. Throw to first. In time. He gets him. Gunnar Henderson dives up the middle and stops what would have been a base hit. Makes an accurate throw to first for the final out. Great play by Gunnar Henderson. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. That's the kind of spark I want to see out of the Orioles. Great job. Heading to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Birds. And then if you can keep an Eflin and get Bradish and Grayson healthy, and maybe go out and sign a Dylan Cease, right? Who's going to be a free agent. He's not had a great season this year, Cease. But if you can put him in our rotation, I think that's a good 4 rotation. I don't care who you talk to. I mean, look, everybody thought the Dodgers were going to be this great team to start the season. That, the reigning champs, they went out and signed all these players in the offseason, and everybody thought, oh my God, the Dodgers they're going to be amazing. They're going to run away with it. They're just, they're on their way to another World Series championship. And maybe they will. Okay? Maybe they will. But they're not right now. So, you still got to play the games. But anyway, if they can do that and then maybe go out and sign a pitcher, I think they're going to be fine. I do. And maybe I'm just totally looking at this wrong. I don't know. But I think there's too much talent there. Calvin says, keep Eflin until next year's deadline unless he becomes the team's ace. Well, Eflin's a free agent at the end of this year. So if the Orioles don't re-sign him, he's gonna walk. So they either trade him now or try to re-sign him. And if they don't re-sign him, at least make a qualifying offer. And then if you make a qualifying offer, you're at least going to get some sort of draft pick back. I like Eflin as long as he stays healthy. He's good. Right. And that's the key too. It's all about health with these guys. Every single Orioles starter, except for Sagano, has been on the injured list this year. I think even Kramer went on the injured list this year. I thought the Orioles had the best draft out of every team in baseball. Here's Laureano. First pitch is a ground ball foul. And I think a lot of the prognosticators say the exact same thing. They gave the Orioles like a B+ or an A in their draft this year. Everybody was very happy with what the Orioles got. A lot of people were very impressed. 0-1 pitch. Inside and low. Ball 1. 1-0. 1-1. Ike Irish, the 19th overall pick for the Orioles. A lot of people thought he was going to be a top 10 pick. He's not going to catch. I know he's listed as a catcher. He's probably not going to catch. 1-1 pitch. High. Ball 2. Was a really good pick by the Orioles. Everybody they got was above slot. Or below slot, however you want to word it. 2-1 pitch. That's a strike. 2-2. So a 2-2 count on Laureano. Hey, the likes are up to 18. Thanks, gang. Here's the pitch. Oh, just high. Ball 3. 3-2. Good take by Laureano. You're not going to do much with that pitch. It's high and inside. It's up here. It's borderline strike. If you swing at it, you're not going to do anything with it. You're just going to hit a weak ground ball anyway. So, it's a good take. And he gets the call. So, let's see. 3-2 count on him. Here we go. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. Foul. I'm going to do it again. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the Orioles do in the offseason, who they re-sign, who they sign as free agents, what trades they do or don't make, and kind of go from there. I was talking about the Orioles. Somebody said it earlier about them hoarding their young talent. 3-2 pitch. Foul back again. We're going to do it again. I get it. And, they use some of those position players, DL Hall, Joey Ortiz, Kyle Stowers, Connor Norby, to make some trades. The Corbin Burns trade worked out great for the Orioles for the one season. Everybody was pissed, including me. 3-2 pitch. There's a pop-up. That's going to be short left field. Shortstop's out. Looks like he's got it, and he does. Everybody was mad that the Orioles didn't re-sign Corbin Burns, including myself. Worked out great for the Orioles. He's gone. Tommy John surgery. He won't pitch this year, and he probably won't pitch next year. So that worked out. Everybody was mad they didn't re-sign Anthony Santander. That worked out. So, we'll see. We'll see how things go with the O's. All right, here's Gunnar again. He grounded out his first time up. Gunnar's back to being clean-shaven. He looks young again. Sometimes I think Gunner's trying to hit home runs and it hurts him. Here's the pitch. Strike, 0-1. What I notice a lot about left-handed hitters on the Orioles, and I'd like to hear anybody in the chat what your opinion is. Sometimes I think that they absolutely refuse to go the other way with the ball. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. Quickly 0-2 on Gunnar. It seems like they absolutely refuse to go the other way. They try to pull everything. Cowser, Holiday, Gunnar. You know, all these left-handed hitters, O'Hearn, none of them on a ball low and away that's clearly a strike, they don't even offer at it. Or very seldom. 0-2 pitch. There's a ball high, 1-2. That was close. That could have been called a strike. They don't. Anything that's in the strike zone but low and away, they don't offer at it because they can't pull it. 1-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2. And I don't like that. I think, you know, take what the pitcher's going to give you. Home runs will come. If you're a home run hitter, if you have power, you're going to get your home runs. They are going to happen. But you take what's given to you. Like the whole left side is wide open. Third baseman's basically playing shortstop. You get a ball away, punch it down the left field line. It's a double. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball. That ball is going to get down for a base hit into right field. Gunner's going to make a wide turn, but he's going to hold at first base for a single. So a one-out single from Gunnar Henderson. He actually, I guess, it kind of jammed him, and he just punches it into right field for a base hit. He just doesn't seem to have the power this year that he had last year. That ball got in on his hands, though. All right, so man on first for Tyler O'Neill. I'd like to see Gunnar try to get a steal here. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a miss. Strike. 0-1. That's the one thing I will say about Tyler O'Neill, too, that I don't like is bad at-bats. Bad swings at bad pitches. That ball was low and away, and he swings at it like it's right down the middle. 0-1 pitch. There goes Gunnar. Throw to second. Not in time. He is safe. And that's a steal for Gunnar Henderson. He got a really good jump and steals second base. That's his 14th stolen base of the season. In there by a lot, too. I mean, it wasn't even close. So now O'Neill's got a chance at an RBI here. Here's the pitch. Nope, foul back. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Foul. Off to the left. Third base side, foul. So 1-2, we're going to do it again. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. Appreciate you very much. Definitely appreciate it. We've got 18 likes so far, and I appreciate all of you being here. Definitely do. So O'Neill is set. We got a 1-2 count. Gunnar Henderson's at second. 2-1 Birds. Here's the pitch. Inside and low. Ball 2. 2-2. Orioles trying to get on the winning streak. Their biggest streak of the year has been 6 games. And that was only once. Here's the pitch. Fly ball! Left field! Hit pretty well! That ball is gone! Tyler O'Neill, for the 3rd straight game against the Colorado Rockies, goes deep for a 2-run home run. And just like that, it's 4-1 Birds. And Tyler O'Neill might be starting to heat up. How about that? Tyler O'Neill goes deep. 4-1 O's. 3rd straight game for O'Neill with a home run. How about that, folks? Wow, what a nice home run by Tyler O'Neill. And he hit that ball pretty darn deep, man. Let me tell you. 4-1 Birds. Here's Arias. First pitch is a curveball right there for a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball again. Strike 2. 0-2. That ball was outside, but it's called a strike. Pitcher tried to get it in on Tyler O'Neill, and he didn't get it in. And O'Neill hits it about 8 rows deep. 1-2 pitch is a ball. 0-2 pitch is a ball. 1-2. The end of the third, we'll do a quick score update. Good luck to your Mets, Victor. One of my cousin-in-laws likes the Giants. Oh, my. 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. 2-2. Yeah, West Coast games, Victor, I'm not a big fan of West Coast games either. Usually I'll watch like anywhere between 3 to 5 innings, and then I'm done. And then I just get the score in the morning. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. So Orioles is out, and that's 2 down. Again, we should start seeing some roster moves by the Orioles. I think actually the Orioles are going to be getting Adley Rutschman back tomorrow. Here's Mullins, first pitch, ground ball, first baseman. He's going to throw it to the pitcher covering, and that's your inning. And again, Mullins swinging at the first pitch. Ground ball out, and that's your inning. But the Orioles get 2 more runs on the 2-run homer by Tyler O'Neill, 4-1 Birds. But, the consensus is that Adley Rutschman is going to be activated tomorrow. We will probably see Keegan Aiken could possibly be activated tomorrow for the Orioles as well. There's talk that Kyle Bradish might make 1 more rehab start, and he might finally get back with the Orioles. Tyler Wells is going to make a couple more. Kay Povich is going to make 1 more, and then he'll be back. So the Orioles are starting to get healthy, starting to get some of their players back, which is good news for them, big news. That's what you want to see. That's what you want. All right, let's do some scores around Major League Baseball while we got a minute here. Top of the 5th inning, the Pirates got a 3-0 lead over the Diamondbacks. Top of the 5th inning, Tigers 3-0 over the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Reds have a 2-0 lead over the Rays. Bottom of the 3rd, Nationals got a 2-1 lead over the Twins. Top of the 3rd, Boston with a 1-0 lead over the Dodgers. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Yankees 4-2 over the Phillies. Top of the 3rd inning, Kansas City's got a 2-0 lead over the Guardians. Top of the 3rd inning, Athletics 2-0 over the Astros. Top of the 3rd inning, Cubs 2-1 over the White Sox. Top of the 3rd inning, Marlins 1-0 over the Brewers. End of 2, Padres 2-0 over the Cardinals. Bottom of the 1st inning, Braves Rangers are scoreless. Mariners Angels, Mets Giants are later tonight. And that's where we stand, folks. I don't like that the Orioles do. Here's Sagano's first pitch to the hitter. Strike, 0-1. Orioles are interviewing Tyler O'Neill. I don't like when they do that during the game. Leave the players alone during the game. Just my nitpicking. All right, Sagano set. 0-1 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Orioles go to Philadelphia and then Chicago. So the next 6 games are going to be tough against 2 really good teams. 1-1 pitch. There's a ball. 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3, 3-1. Those hitters this time around, second time around in the lineup, were taking pitches that first time through they were swinging at. So they're definitely taking notice of what Sagano's throwing up there. 3-1 pitch on the way, and that's a ball. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Sagano to Beck here in the top of the 4th inning. 18 likes. Hit that like button as you're coming in, folks. Good to have you all here. Here's Estrada. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. So it's 5 straight pitches that are balls for Sagano. Estrada grounded out his first time up. That's the Orioles' knee right here. A nice ground ball right at somebody for a double play. Let's see if they can get it. Sagano is set. Here's the pitch. It's low, but called a strike. 1-1. I think Sagano got away with one there. That looked like a ball to me, but they called it a strike. One pitch. There's a fly ball. Left field hit fairly deep, but it looks like the left fielder's going to get there, and that's 1 down. Don't forget to join us tonight on our other channel. Jeannie, I think you might be the only mod that's in here. If you're still here, if you could share that out, our link. Come on out and join us tonight for Sunday Social as we talk Mission Space and lots of other Disney and fun news. Here's Fernandez. Pitch to him is in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-0. That's going to be at 8 o'clock. We're going to have a good time. And then Tuesday night, I think Tuesday night, we're going to be at Magic Kingdom for our first look at the Disney Starlight Parade. Yep, we're going to be there for the first time. We're finally going to experience it. Last week we were on vacation. Of course, it debuts the week we're away. So we're finally going to be able to see it. We're going to bring you guys along. Fernandez, here's the 1-0 pitch to him. There's a ball low, 2-1. Sagano's just missing on those balls low in the zone. Share us out, folks. Let everybody know we're live. Sagano's 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul back, 2-1. Thanks, Jeannie. Appreciate you sharing that out. Yep, we just went over 19,000 subscribers. It's been a good couple weeks. Sagano's got a 2-1 count here now. Needs a ground ball. 2-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Sagano is laboring right now. He's falling behind in counts. He's missing pitches. He's running a lot of 3-ball counts. Really don't want to see that. You want to see him get ahead and stay ahead and get outs quickly. He's laboring for sure. 3-1 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. 3-2. Yeah, Victor, I've seen the parade on TV. We just haven't seen it live yet. I think the Wish float was a mistake. I think they could have done anything else other than Wish. That one's the only one that I think was a mistake. 3-2 pitch on the way. There it is. That's strike 3. Throw to second. In time for the double play. The runner back tried to steal. It was a strike him out, throw him out, and that's your inning. Great job by the Orioles. Good execution. Colorado is not going to try to challenge it. The strikeout by the batter, throw to second in time to get the out, and that's your inning, folks. Good job by the Birds there. Great execution. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-1 Birds. Yeah, that was a great throw. Really good throw by Alex Jackson, for sure. Yeah, I would really, when it comes to the Orioles, what I would like to see more than anything else is just a couple months of just being fully healthy. Hey, MLB game streaming, welcome in, I think that's the thing for me. I would just like to see the Orioles. I hope you come in and hit the like button as you're in here. Jeannie, keep an eye on that, please. I just would like to see a couple months of the Orioles being just fully healthy. and seeing what happens with them being fully healthy. And I get it. All teams have injuries. I totally understand that. I do. I get it. I do. But, you know, where would they be? Yeah, it's been tough. That's a bot. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Jeannie. Bottom of the 4th inning. The Orioles have the lead. Let's see if they can keep going with it here. All right, here's Mayo. First pitch to him, inside and low, ball 1. No, Victor, absolutely not. No, they cannot make up the 9 games. No, the season's over for the Orioles. Any contention, for sure. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. No, their season's over when it comes to possibility of making the playoffs. It's not even the 9 games is daunting enough, but it's not even about the 9 games, Victor. It's how many teams they have to jump to make the playoffs. They've got to jump like 7 or 8 teams. You're not jumping 7 or 8 teams when you're going into August. If this was May or even maybe June, okay, maybe. But no. 1-1 pitch, inside, ball 2. We're going into August now. You've got about 7 or 8 teams you got to jump, and you're 9 games back? No, they're not. They're not. Just being honest. 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul back, 2-2. For me, Mayo, Kobe Mayo, as I look at him as the games have gone on and he's gotten more and more at bats, what I've noticed with Mayo is his increased confidence at the plate. He doesn't look overmatched. He doesn't look worried. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul. Pop up. Nope. Pop up. First baseman can't find it, and then he finally finds it. Oh, I thought he was going to lose it, but he didn't. He got it. And that's the first out. So a pop up to the first baseman, and Mayo is retired. 1 down. At first he couldn't find it. That'll bring Dylan Carlson to the plate. On deck is Jordan Westberg. Carlson, of course, he got the 2-run single back in the second. Here's the pitch to him. Curveball strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball, right field. Hit pretty well. At the track, right fielder Freeman has it, and that is the second out. 2 down, folks. Sony 4K, what's going on? Welcome in, bud. Sony, do me a favor. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Get a little bit closer to our goal of 50 likes. Obviously, we're not probably going to hit it today, but let's lower it a little bit. All right, here's Jackson. Here, I'll lower it. I'll lower it to 40. There we go. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to him. 1-0 count. Ball. Strike. No, strike. 1-1 right there. Curveball. Gomber, or Gomber, I'm not sure how he pronounces his last name. His curveball is working really well for him. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a line drive, foul down the third base line. So quickly 1-2 on Alex Jackson. Then the Orioles make a roster move tomorrow, and they activate Adley Rutschman. Obviously, Jacob Stallings or Alex Jackson are going to go. I think it's a tough call. Personally, I think Stallings should probably be sent down. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to second baseman. He's got a charge. Throw to first in plenty of time, and that's your inning. 3 up, 3 down, end of 4. Orioles with a 4-1 lead. You know, I don't know. I just like the way Alex Jackson's played a little bit more than Stallings. I'm fine with either one of them. But if you ask me, I think maybe Alex Jackson should stay and Stallings should be sent down when Rutschman comes back. I do think that sometime in August we're going to also see Basallo, however he says it. I think Samuel Basallo is going to get called up. His bat is obviously ready. He went 4 for 4 the other night, or 5 for 5 the other night, with a couple doubles, and he hit his 20th home run of the season in AAA. He's batting like 300 down there. His bat's ready. The whole issue with him has always been just the catching aspect of it. The Orioles want to see him continue to catch and grow as a catcher. From what they've been saying from Manzolino's last press conference, I think it was yesterday, he talked about it. He absolutely said that it seems as if he is actually making strides behind the plate. So Samuel Basallo, however you want to say it, he's going to get called up this season. And when you call him, he has to play. Again, I think it's been one of the major downfalls for the Orioles is, it's great to have this plethora and this abundance of players, but if you're going to call them up, you have to play them. You have to find a way to play them or trade them, because at some point their value has to come to fruition, right? They can't be prospects for forever. Eddie Murray is inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2003, July 27th. I was there. I was there that day. My dad was there. I was there. My son Walter was there. That's right. This weekend, or today, is the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Congrats to all those who went into the Hall of Fame today. Dave Parker, Ichiro, Sabathia, Billy Wagner, Dick Allen, I think, went in. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. So Gano, he's into the 5th. Let's see if he can complete the 5th. Burnable's up. He homered his last time up. 0-2 pitch, here it comes. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. 0-2. Folks, good having everybody here. We're up to 19 likes, maybe 20. I see 19, but I think one of them's mine. So I think we're up to 20 likes. That's great. We got a shot. Catcher totally missed that ball. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. So 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Sagano's getting the first out. Love seeing it, man. Get ahead with strikes. Get them out with balls. That ball was way low and outside. And Burnable chases it for strike 3. Here's Nola. First pitch to him. Strike right there down the middle. 95. 0-1. Get ahead with strikes. Get them out with balls. Thanks, Sony. Appreciate you. 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a strike. 0-2. Nice pitch right there by Sagano. So here he is again, quickly getting ahead in the count. Love seeing him getting ahead in the count. I really do. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Ground ball. Third baseman's got it. Arias up. Throw to first. In plenty of time. And that is 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Thank you, Sony. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate everybody being in here today. I know there's not a lot of you. I haven't really been calling games because I haven't really had the time. It's been difficult scheduling. Lots going on. Arcia, here he is. First pitch. Swinging a foul back. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Wow, 12 of you in here watching. Hit that like, folks. 12 people in here watching the game. Orioles with a 4-1 lead. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive. Base hit into left field. So a 2-out hit for Arcia. And the Rockies are still alive in this inning. Nice piece of hitting right there. Looks like Jackson's coming out to talk to Sagano for a minute. I don't know if it's just to give him a breather. I don't know if the Orioles are getting the bullpen up or what it is, but but the Rockies are back to the top of the lineup. Freeman's coming in. Freeman's coming up, mind you. 20 likes so far, gang. We are going to try to get to 40. Good to have everybody in. If you're new here, say hi. We'd love to say hi back, and we hope you come back for more baseball. So here's Freeman. He's 0 for 2. He's got a man on first. If he can get into one here, he can make this game a ball game again. Sagano is set. Here's the pitch. Inside and low. Ball 1. 1-0. So 1-0 count on Freeman. Don't expect the runner at first to go at all. It's 2 outs. They certainly don't want to run themselves out of an inning. Sagano set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1. Really good pitch. Low in the zone. At the bottom of the zone. It's too tough to lay off. It's probably a ball if he doesn't swing. But he swings right over top of it. 1-1. Sagano is set. He's at the belt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just outside. Ball 2. 2-1. That's a good pitch right there. Probably just catches the zone. But it's a good take by Freeman because he's not going to do anything with it. If he hits it, he's going to roll over on it and just ground out. It's a good take, and it was a ball. Nope. Sagano steps off. Oh, excuse me. All right, Sagano's at the belt. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. 2-2. It's hot out there today, I can tell you that. All right, here's Sagano. He is set at the belt. Freeman's ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul again. We're going to do it again. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. Orioles baseball. Orioles have a lead of 4-1 right now. Trying to add on to it. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman. Oh, and he lets it go into left field. Arias cut it off, and it bounces off his glove into left field. And the runner on first gets all the way to third. So now it's first and third. That's probably an error. That's probably an error on him. I gotta say, I think I'm giving him an error on that. No, it's not an error. Never mind. It's Gunner's ball, to be honest with you. I think Arias should have let it go. Gunner would have been there. Would have been a tough throw to first, but I think he's got the arm for it. Now it's first and third, 2 outs from Moniak, probably their best hitter. Let's see what happens here. He's 0 for 2, first pitch. Strike, 0-1. Ugh, that's not good. Sagano's set. He's got an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a foul. 0-2. So quickly ahead. 0-2 now. Sagano's set. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 1. 1-2. All right, Sagano has got his pitch. He's at the belt. Moniak is ready. It's a 1-2 count. First and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. 1-2. Sagano's got to find a way to get this out now. Last thing he wants is to allow them to have a good inning here and get back in this game. He's got a 4-1 lead. He's got to come up with a big pitch right here. Moniak could easily tie this game with one swing. Sagano's got to make a pitch. At the belt. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3 on what would have been ball 2, but Moniak could not lay off, and that's your inning. 2 hits, 2 men left, no runs. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-1 Birds. Ooh, Sagano makes the pitches when he had to there. My gracious. Each team has 4 hits. O's have 4 runs. Do some quick changes right here. I don't need to have like and subscribe up there if I've got it down bottom, right? There we go. We'll get back. We'll do some more. We'll do another score update in just a minute, folks. Not yet. Hey, 12 of you in here. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Orioles heading into the bottom of the 5th inning with a 4-1 lead. 2-run single by Dylan Carlson. 2-run homer by Tyler O'Neill. And the Birds have a 4-1 lead. Sagano's, he's been laboring at times, but ultimately is getting out of it. Hasn't been in any major trouble. And he's through 5 innings right now with the lead. There's the like. There it is. Good job, everybody. We're up to 21 likes now. Thank you, gang. You're all amazing. Love seeing the likes. All right, here's Jordan Westberg. First pitch to him is high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0. 4-1 Orioles lead. I really would like to see them add on a little bit here. Would be really nice if they could add on. Westberg's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. 1-0 pitch. Low. Ball 2. 2-0. Better at bat already by Jordan Westberg. He's already taken a couple pitches and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-1. Orioles with a 4-1 lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Looking to add on. He's got a 1487 OPS when he's ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. Wow, he was looking to put one in the seats there. So 2-2 count on Jordan Westberg, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. We're going to do it again. That's a good defensive swing right there by Jordan Westberg. Ball was low and away, close enough to it that you got to at least offer at it and try to, just fight it off, and he did. So let's see. 2-2 pitch. Here comes. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. Westberg is ready. 2-2 pitch. Ball is high. Ball 3. 3-2. Just misses the top of the zone. So a full count on Jordan Westberg to lead off here in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Left field. Shallow. Here comes the left fielder. He's got it. That's the first out. 1 down. Oh, God. Westberg got a pitch to hit there and pops it up. There's Laureano. First pitch to him. Inside. It hits him. It hits him. Inside. Hits him in the knee. He had the protective stuff on the knee, but it hits him. And the Orioles get a base runner. Oh, what they're looking at. It's not even close. It hits him right on the knee, for crying out loud. Yep. Hits him on his right knee. All right, so that brings Gunnar to the plate with a man on first. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one, 1-0. Gunnar's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He came home on the Tyler O'Neill home run. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. I think it was the O'Neill home run he came home on. Got a 2-0 count here. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Ball 3. 3-0 to Gunnar Henderson. The man on first. 4-1 Orioles lead. Single, a stolen base, and a run scored for Gunnar so far today. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. 4 straight pitches, and it's a walk. So first and second, only 1 out, and that's going to bring to the plate Tyler O'Neill. You think the O's will be looking for a new coach, or are they keeping the interim one? No, Victor, he's gone. Manzolino is not going to be, he's not going to be the manager next year. Absolutely not. He'll finish out this season, but no, he won't be back. So that's it for Gomber. He's out. Here comes the manager. That's going to bring a new pitcher into the game for Colorado. First and second for the Orioles, with Tyler O'Neill coming to the plate in a 4-1 game. All right, gang, I'll be right back. Hang in there for a few minutes. Be right back. All right, we're back. All right, gang, welcome in, everybody. Good to have y'all here. Orioles looking to capitalize on first and second and only 1 out. I'm sorry. It's been a long weekend. Tyler O'Neill has hit a home run in all 3 games in this series. He hit one Friday night, he hit one Saturday night, and he hit one already today, Sunday afternoon. He's got runners on first and second right here with only 1 out. Let's see if we can put the ball in play. New pitcher in the game is Hergert. First pitch. There goes runners. Double steal. Throw to third. He is out. It's a double steal. Laureano is staying at third as if he thinks he's safe. The throw beat him. He might be safe. The throw beat him. He's got the ball right there. He's not even to the bag yet. He might be safe. That might be worth a challenge right there. That is really close. He might be safe. It was a double steal. The Orioles are no, they're not going to challenge it. So Gunnar gets his second steal of the game, but Laureano is thrown out trying to steal third. So now there's 2 outs. A base hit will score Gunnar here. I like the aggressiveness. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul, 1-2. Yeah, dog training. I thought he was safe too, but I thought it was. Here's the thing, something like that. I think that's worth the challenge. You're up 4-1. It's the 5th inning, but I guess they thought it was too close that they didn't think it would be overturned. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3, and that's your inning. So what looked promising is now that's your inning. No runs. 1 hit. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. Let's head to the 6th inning. Birds got the 4-1 lead. Don't forget to join us tonight on Walt's Mouse Talk channel for the Sunday Social. Yeah, it should be fun. Likes are, wow, look at you guys with the likes. That's awesome. Good job, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Mission Space and see if there's anybody that's going to give it a positive review. And then we'll pick the next one we're going to talk about, and we'll go from there. It should be fun. Channel growth is finally starting to take back off again a little bit, which is always nice to see. And that's all we can ask. I'm excited for tonight. Tonight's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time with it, I think. What's that? Is that the 5th inning? Yeah. So after the 7th inning, we'll do it in the 3rd inning, and then we'll do it again in the 7th inning. We'll go back and we'll do some more scores updates. But we won't do that till the 7th inning. After the 7th. And yeah, 21 likes. You guys are amazing with that. That's awesome. I don't know the difference between the green. Whichever one is less intense, Victor, is the one I did. The 4-1 Birds, 6th inning. I wonder if Sagano is going to come back out for the 6th. He is back out. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1, 1-0. So Sagano is back out for the start of the 6th inning. Let's see if he can get through it. He's only at 73 pitches. So he has been pretty efficient. 1-0 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul, 1-1. Yeah, so it's 6th inning. He's at 74 pitches. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. Didn't sleep well last night. All right, 1-1 count on Tovar, who's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a foul. So again, he's quickly ahead, 1-2. He does better, and I think that's most pitchers, to be honest with you. But when Sagano gets ahead in the count, he's much more apt to getting the out than he is behind in the count, obviously. I think that's most pitchers. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back again, 1-2. So, got to really hope he can finish him off here. I'd like to see him get through 6. Even if he can't get to the 7th, I'd like to see him get through 6. No, I haven't set it up yet. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. Yeah, I haven't set up the stream yet. I appreciate you saying that. I haven't had a chance to set it up yet. So when we're done here, I'll get it set up. No big deal. It's all right. No problem. But we'll get it set up. One-two pitch. There's a ground ball. The second baseman. Dive by the second baseman, Westberg. Throw to first in time. And he gets him. 2 good plays for the infield up the middle. Gunnar had one, and then Westberg diving to his right makes a nice, backhanded or glove play. Dives, gets off the ground, and throws to first to get the out. That was really nice. So 1 down. Here's the pitch to the next hitter outside, ball 1. Oh, that was nice play by Jordan Westberg right there. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. 1-1. One pitch on the way. There's a curveball, but it's a ball. 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way from Sagano. Just on the outside corner. 2-2. Beck is not happy. He thought it was a ball. He's already walked twice in this game, Beck has. He thought that was a ball, but it was called a strike. So a 2-2 count on Jordan Beck. Sagano is set. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Got him. Strike 3 right down the middle. I don't even know how he could take that pitch. That ball's right down Broadway. 2 down. Beck's not happy, but that caught the bottom of the zone by a lot. It wasn't even close. I don't know if he's more upset with the previous call. Here's Estrada. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. Thairo Estrada, second baseman. He's down in the count. 0-1. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1. Yeah. Good to have everybody here. Orioles with the 4-1 lead. Let's see if they can hold it. 1-1 pitch on the way. Pop up. Is it going to get out of play? It is going to get out of play. So 1-2 count now on Estrada. Sagano's looking to get through 5, trying to get through 6 innings here. One-two pitch is on the way. And it's a foul ball again. Sagano set. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Outside. Way outside. Ball 2. 2-2. So a 2-2 count on Estrada right here. Got 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Sagano looking to get through 6. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's low and inside. Low and outside. Ball 3. 3-2. So he's running the count full. Trying to get out of this inning, but it's not looking good right now. Here's Fernandez on deck. Estrada is set. Here comes Sagano's 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. So they're making him work. Sagano, this will be it probably for Sagano. He's at 90 pitches. This will probably be his last batter or last inning for sure. Three-two pitch. Here it comes. Got him. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. That's the inning, folks. Sagano gets out of it. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Orioles with a 4-1 lead. And that is strikeout number 8 for Sagano today. He's now got 8 strikeouts in the game. That's awesome. Hey gang, thanks again everybody for being here. It's been a pleasure today. It's been a lot of fun. We haven't called a game in a while, so it's been good to see everybody in here. Get everything up and running, ready to go. Been a nice small crowd in here with me today, but I've been really, really happy to have you all here. Jeannie, Victor, Sony, Dog Training, you've all been here since the beginning. Appreciate it very much. Appreciate y'all coming in. Definitely means a lot. I know I haven't been as consistent with it here, but y'all been great coming back. So it's been a blast. Victor, we saw a Fantastic Four. So it'll be Arias, Mullins, and Mayo coming to the plate. Arias, Mullins, and Mayo. Ryan Rowe, welcome in, Ryan. Good to see you. Arias, first pitch to him inside, ball 1, 1-0. Ryan, good to have you here, buddy. Thank you for the like. One 0 pitch. Here's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Victor says we're going this Saturday. Cool. Have a good time, Victor. All right, Arias is 0-2. He's got a 1-1 count on him here. Let's see what he can do with this one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive caught by the first baseman. Nice play. Wow, that ball was hit really hard. The first baseman made a nice play, and that's the first out. Ryan, glad to have you here. Oh, that was a good play by the first baseman. That gets by him. That's down the right field line for a double. So, nice play. Here's Mullins, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Sorry, guys. 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-1. Mullins, of course, again, is 0-1 in the game. He's got a walk as well. Herget is set. Mullins is set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-2 on Cedric Mullins. Yennier Cano is warming in the Orioles bullpen. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul down the left field line. That's going to get out of play. Left fielder gives it a look, but it's gone. All right, Mullins is set. 1-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball 2. 2-2. Okay, Herget is set. Mullins is set. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. Outside. Ball 3. 3-2. Good at bats for Mullins today, at least. At least a couple times he's had. The one at bat wasn't very good, but his first at bat when he walked, and this at bat, he's taking some pitches. He's run the count full. Let's see what he can do. 3-2 pitch on the way. Nope, swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. 22 likes today. The guys are awesome. Okay, here we go. 3-2 pitch on the way. Pop up. That ball's going to be playable. Shortstop's calling for it. Looks like he's got it. He does. That's the second out. That now puts Cedric Mullins in his batting average at .218 on the season. Kobe Mayo stepping to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. I'd like to see him get into one again. Start going on a tear. Here's the pitch. Strike. 0-1 to Kobe Mayo. Now I'm actually glad, and I'm glad to see that Manzolino, even though it's a righty on the mound, is not pinch hitting Ryan O'Hearn here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to the third baseman. Over to first, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 6 done. We're heading to the 7th. 4-1 Birds. Is that baseball collection new? I haven't noticed it before. What baseball collection? Victor. You mean all the stuff behind me? All the stuff behind me is old. I've had all of it for a while. Only thing new up there is this. I've got the 5 guys up there. There's Brooksy. There's Gunner. There's Eddie in the middle. My favorite. There's Adley. And then there's Big Ben McDonald. Are you talking about them? Everything else on the wall is pretty, I've had for a while. The Baltimore right there of the stadium, that's Oriole Park. I've had that for forever. The 2 pillows right here I've had for forever. The baseball right there is kind of new. And this thing, this Orioles one right there behind me is kind of new. But I've had this, the Let's Go O's for a while. And all the baseballs in there are signed by players in there. So a lot of this, and that's this thing over here is old. All this down here is old. That up there, right there, is actually Rams. That's not even baseball, that's football. So now most of it I've had for a significant amount of time. And then on this side, like I said, I've got some stuff over there. I've got more stuff over here. The Captain America stuff. All kinds of stuff. Just my room. You know, nothing too crazy. But anyway, so we're heading to the 7th inning. I wonder if Sagano is going to come back out for the 7th. I hope he does. I'd love to see him come out for the 7th. I don't know that he will. I think he's done. I think Cano is going to come in the game. Yep, Yennier Cano's in the game. But Sagano had a really good outing. 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks. He pitched really well. Now it's up to Cano to keep the lead. Here's Cano's first pitch to the hitter, Fernandez. And it's a fly ball. Right field, hit pretty well. Right fielder's going to give it a look. It's going to get out of play, though. So Cano, who's been terrible this year, 4.54 ERA. His whip is 1.37. They're hitting 274 against him. He's not been very good. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman. Mayo's got it. He's going to step on the bag himself. And that's the first out. I really think that there'll be wholesale changes for the Orioles in their bullpen next year. I think if they can hold on to Andrew Kittredge, that would be nice. I know Kittredge hasn't been great, but I think he'll still be good. I think Keegan Aiken will be back. I think Andrew Kittredge will be back. After that, it's going to be hard. Felix Bautista will probably be back. Here's the first pitch to Bernabel, and that's a ball, 1-0. Other than that, it's going to be difficult to really say who's going to be there. I think C.J. Stroud might make a case to make the team next year, but I think Cano's gone. Cionel Perez is gone. 1-0 pitch, strike, 1-1. Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to be gone. He's a free agent at the end of the season. I think there'll be a lot of wholesale changes in the bullpen from the Orioles. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike, 1-2. I think a guy like a Yennier Cano, the Orioles, if they could get anything for him, would probably trade him. But I don't know that he's tradable right now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. I mean, in 2023, he was good. Yeah, he had a pretty good season for the Orioles in 2023. Last year, he wasn't bad, too. He was pretty good last year in 2024. Started to get hit a little bit more in 2024, and he's just not been good this year. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Let's do it again. He just hasn't. He just hasn't been good this year. And, I don't think he's back next year, but I guess we'll see. So a 2-2 count on Bernabel. 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. So he runs the count full. Victor, be careful what you ask for. So a full count on Bernabel. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. He walks him. So a 1-out walk from Yennier Cano. Mullins, again, I think Mullins is a fine player. Mullins is fine. I don't think Mullins is great. I don't think he's a clutch hitter at all. I don't think he's a clutch hitter. If you need a big hit in a big spot, that's not the guy I want at the plate. All right, here's the first pitch to Nola. Is a ball, 1-0. I think both the Mets and the Phillies like Mullins. Well, I guess it just depends on what you're going to get back. You got to get back what you want. You can't just give them away to give them away. 1-0 pitch on the way. Ball 2, 2-0. So this is exactly what you don't want if you're the Orioles. You had Sagano, who pitches 6 innings, holds them to 1 run and 4 hits, pitches well. And now here it is with Yennier Cano. He walks 1 batter, and he's already back to a 2-0 count on the next hitter. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. 22 likes, guys. 18 likes away from our goal. Hit that like button as you come in. Two-one pitch. Ball 3, way outside. So he's on the verge of walking back-to-back hitters. The 7 and 8 hitters. And he's on the verge of putting the tying run at the plate. 3-1 pitch, ball 4, he walks him. So Nola walks, and that's now first and second with only 1 out. And that brings a tying run to the plate. Goodness gracious, here we go again. Here comes Drew French. He's going to talk to Cano, and he's probably going to say something along the lines of, "Good Lord, kid, throw a strike, will you? Let's not walk the entire stadium." But he might. I'm exhausted. It's been a day. I can't believe he's going to walk this guy. If Yennier Cano gives this up, I'm going to go ballistic. Sad part about it is Cano's always been known for being a ground ball pitcher. So all he needs is a ground ball at somebody, and it's a double play. Because Arcia, who's coming to the plate, is not very fast. I guess he's kind of fast. All right, here's the pitch. Strike, 0-1 to Arcia. So if he gets a hard hit ball at somebody, it's going to be a double play. Arcia on the season is a 173 hitter, folks. 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1-1. So you've got a 173 hitter at the plate. First and second, only one out. This 173 hitter is the tying run. You guys seeing what I'm saying here? 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. Why do I have this feeling that Yennier Cano is going to give up a 3-run homer to a guy batting 173? I can feel it. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but I just got this feeling. Here's the pitch. Strike, 2-2. He was given a gift there. That could have been called a ball, but the umpire called it a strike. So instead of 3-1, it's 2-2, and Arcia is not happy about it. Corbin Martin is warming in the bullpen. Need a big pitch here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. And Arcia is not happy. I think he's more upset about the pitch before that they called a strike that he thought was a ball. So now there's 2 down. But Freeman is up, back to the top of the lineup. Freeman's 1 for 3 in the game. Cano has got to make a good pitch here. Here's the pitch. Here's a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Here's a strike. Strike 2. 0-2. That's a strike. Now that one's right there. It's on the outside corner, but it's still a strike. It catches the zone. So quickly 0-2 on Freeman. Let's see if Cano can put him away. 0-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 1. 1-2. I don't have a problem with that pitch. It's outside, but you're hoping he's going to try and maybe chase. But he didn't. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul. Good defensive swing right there for Freeman to stay alive. One-two count on Freeman here. First and second. 2 outs. 4-1 Birds. Tying run at the plate. Cano is set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Cano's got it. He throws the first. And that's the inning. So he walks a couple. But he gets the job done. And we're heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-1 Birds. Both teams only have 4 hits. Neither team is hitting the cover off the ball today. Comes the great mascot race. Chubby, Pauls, and the bird. And the Oriole bird. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen this 1,000 times. The Oriole bird wins. No, Pauls won. Chubby got second and the Oriole bird got third. Boo. Boo! No, I'm just kidding. 22 likes, 13 in here. Hit that like button, gang, as you're coming in. I know I say that all the time. Nope, no runs allowed. He did his job. He did his job. He did do his job. I'll give him that. La 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 la. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. Orioles are winning. All right, bottom 7 coming up. Orioles holding on to a 4-1 lead. They gave up no runs yesterday. They've given up 1 run so far today. The pitching's been looking pretty good. Oh, we went back down to 21 likes. Boo, hiss. Somebody took their like away. I'm not happy with that. All right, here we go, Orioles. Bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see if we can get it done here. Juan Mejia is now in the game. All right, so Dylan Carlson is stepping to the plate. That was a little bit of an extended inning. Carlson's going to turn around to the left side. First pitch to him is strike, 0-1. Well, life on the farm, kind of lay back, nothing but. I was just on the 7th inning stretch swing. Sorry. 0-1 pitch, pop up. Short center field. Second baseman's out. He's going to get there. That's the first out. 1 down. All right, who's up? Alex Jackson stepping into the plate. 8-9 hitters. 8-9-1. Here's the pitch. Oh, up by his head. It hit him. Did it get him? Oh, my gosh. That ball was up by his head. Did it hit his head? Holy cow. I would not be happy about that. Nope, it didn't hit him. Didn't get the head. Thank goodness. But, man, that was up by his head. That is not funny, man. So, 1-0 count on Alex Jackson. Here's the pitch. Strike, 1-1. Almost like he didn't want to stand in there that time. One pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Strike, 1-2. 97 miles an hour. All right, Jackson is set. He is set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He got him. Strike 3. Swing. And that's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th for the Birds. Man. Up by the head on that one. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Jordan Westburg. He's 0 for 3. He'll probably swing at the first pitch. Here's the pitch. Ball high. Nope, he didn't. Good for him. One-0 pitch on the way. Here comes. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Two-0 pitch on the way. That's a ball. Ball 3. 3-0. Orioles got Kittredge and Martin warming in the bullpen. 2 righties. There's a strike. 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 3-2. Three-two pitch. Strike 3. He got him. Westberg not having a good day. Strikes out. He was ahead in the count 3-0, and he cannot do anything with it, and he strikes out. That's your it. That's your inning. End of the 7th. 4-1 Birds. Thanks, by the way, for the morning walks on the beach. That place is gorgeous. Yeah, Victor, it was fun. We had a good time. All right, let's do some scores. As we are past 7 innings now, we're heading on up to the 8th. Top of the 9th inning, Pirates have a 6-0 lead over the Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Tigers have a 5-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Middle of the 7th, 4-1 Kansas City over the Guardians. Top of the 7th, A's 4-0 over the Astros. Top of the 7th, Nationals have a 7-2 lead over the Twins. Top of the 7th, Cubs with a 4-1 lead over the White Sox. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Marlins over the Brewers. Over the Brewers. Bottom of the 6th inning, Yankees 4-3 over the Phillies. Top of the 6th, 4-3 Red Sox over the Dodgers. Middle of the 6th, 7-0 Padres over the Cardinals. Top of the 5th, 8-1 Rangers over the Braves. Mariners, Angels are warming up. Mets, Giants are later. And we do have one final. The Reds beat the Rays 2-1. So the Reds beat the Rays 2-1. That's where we are. And that's where we stand. Now, oddly enough, it's funny. You talk about the Tigers. For the longest time, the Tigers were the best team in baseball. They've lost 9 out of 10. They are no longer the best team in the American League, let alone baseball. They are now third behind both the Blue Jays, who have the best record in the American League and in baseball, and also Houston, who just continues to win. Houston has the second best record in the American League. Then it's the Tigers. All right, so here we go. Top of the 8th inning, Orioles got the lead. Andrew Kittredge's in the game for the O's. Looking to get it to the 9th inning. Let's see if he can do it. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Dived by Gunnar, but he can't get there. And that's going to be a base hit. So Moniak with the leadoff single in the 8th inning. Good try by Gunnar. I thought he was going to get there at first, but nope. So a leadoff single. And here's Tovar. He's 1 for 3. Kittredge is set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Well, not got him, but strike 1. Hit the like button, gang, as you're coming in. 13 in here. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. Thanks, 14 people. I think that's our high today. So 0-2 count on Tovar right here. See if he can get him. Here's the pitch. Nope, in the dirt. 1-2. Now, I think Kittredge is not a free agent at the end of the season. I think there's a club option for next year. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. 2-2. Good stops by the catcher. All right, Kittredge is set. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fly ball. Hit pretty well. Center field. Mullins at the track. He's got to play. Yep, he's going to get it. The runner's going to tag, go to second, and he is going to make it. So Moniak actually moves up on the long fly ball to center field. Mullins, if there's one thing about his defense he doesn't have, he does not have a good arm. So that's a good smart move by Moniak there to test the arm. Mullins doesn't have a strong arm. And with one out, he moves up and gets himself in the scoring position. Here's Beck. First pitch to him is a ball inside, 1-0. Jordan Beck, 273 hitter on the season. 1-0 pitch. Here's a strike, 1-1. And I get it. It looked low to me too, but they called it a strike. One pitch. Swing and a foul back. 1-2. Today's the 27th. The 31st or 30th is the trade deadline. Someone in the chat could tell me exactly, is it the 30th or 31st? 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2. Dog Training says, yeah, Ketrich has a team option for $9 million with a $1 million buyout, which I didn't realize until recently. Yeah. I think they got to pick up the option if they keep him. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him. That's a big out. So now there's 2 down. I like Kittredge. I don't think he's been great this year. 3.48 ERA is fine. But he can pitch. I think he's a good pitcher. I think he would help stabilize the bullpen next year. As a veteran, I think they need him. Here's Estrada. First pitch to him is a strike on the slider. 0-1. I think it would be a good idea to re-sign him if they don't trade him. But you'll get good value. Having another year on an option makes for good value. 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball foul. Quickly 0-2. I'd like to see Kittredge, Felix Bautista, Keegan Aiken, probably C.J. Stroud next year in the bullpen. Some guys like that. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. All right, so 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that's your inning, folks. Strike 3. That's it. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Well, no, 3 up, 3 outs. And a man left. No runs. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-1 Birds. Actually, the Rockies are out hitting the Orioles 5-4. Orioles only have 4 hits. You know, O's only have 4 hits. So, 15 hits last night. They can only get 4 today. I get it. O'Hearn's sitting. Jackson Holiday is sitting. Colton Cowser is sitting. So there's a lot of guys that are sitting. But 4 hits? That's all? The whole game? We will see what happens. Coming up for the Orioles, it's Laureano, Gunnar Henderson, Tyler O'Neill. 2, 3, 4 hitters. They're showing that Redfin commercial with the Goldilocks and the 3 bears. You know how they want Goldilocks out and how she's got to find her own place. And as I watch this commercial, it's interesting to me because they show the Redfin homes that, like the home she's looking at right now, it was a home, 2 bedrooms, right? Something like that. Two bedrooms, 2 baths, something like that. $850,000. I'm like, good Lord, what does Goldilocks do for a living that she can afford an $850,000 home? Watch the commercial. When they show her phone, it shows the house that she's looking at. And it's like $850,000 for the home. I'm like, good Lord, where does she live? All right, here's Laureano. First pitch to him, swinging a foul, 0-1. I'm like, are you nuts? And what does she do for a living that she can afford an $850,000 home? All right, 0-1 count on Laureano. Here's the pitch. And swinging a foul. Quickly, 0-2. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, geez, Louise, what does she do for a living that she can afford that? I can't. I can't even afford half of that. Laureano, 0-2 pitch. Inside. Almost hits him. 1-2. One-two pitch. Here it is. There's a line drive into left field for a base hit. So the Orioles finally get that fifth hit. And it's a leadoff single for Laureano. Let's see what Gunnar can do. Nice piece of hitting right there. Stays back on the ball. Stays back on the ball and drives it in through the what? The 5 hole, the 6 hole, whatever you want to call it right there. I guess it's the 5 hole. All right, here's Gunnar. 1 for 2. Here's first pitch to him. Here's a strike. 0-1. 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a run scored. Sir Anthony Dominguez is warming in the bullpen. He's going to close. Here's the pitch. Gunnar swings and a foul right at the plate. 0-2. I really thought Gunnar was going to have a huge monster season. I don't know why. I just did. I thought he was going to be close to a 40-40 guy. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2. He's not even going to be a 20-20 guy, let alone a 40-40 guy. You know, he's got 11 home runs, and we're heading into August. Unless he gets incredibly hot, he's not even hitting 20. One-two pitch on the way. Fouled back. Going to do it again. One-two pitch. There's a line drive. Caught by the first baseman. Throw to first for 1, and then the second baseman throws it away. I am all over the place. I apologize. It was a ground ball to the first baseman. He grabbed it, threw it to second to get the lead runner for the force. The shortstop threw it back to first and throws it over the head of the first baseman into the stands. So Gunnar's going to take second base on the error. But what should have been a double play is an error by the shortstop who just throws the ball away. I don't even know, where's he throwing that ball? That's terrible. All right, so there's 1 out, man on second now for Tyler O'Neill. Inside, ball 1. Strike, 1-1. Victor, I don't know enough about Caden Bodine. He's a catcher. We'll see. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike, 1-2. You know, the Orioles, they got Ike Irish, who's listed as a catcher. He's not going to catch. They got Caden Bodine. Bodine's going to be fine. You know, I don't know what the Orioles are going to do. They have Adley Rutschman. They have Samuel Basayo, 2 stud catchers already. You know, Caden Bodine is going to be a while before he reaches the majors anyway. It's hard to say. I have to see him at the professional level first. Good ball player at high school and college. 1-2 pitch outside, way outside. Ball 2, 2-2. But it's hard to say, you know, how guys translate to the majors or to professional baseball from college and high school is different. 2-2 pitch. Outside, way outside, gets by the catcher. Gunner's going to move up. He's going to come home. Throw to home. No, not in time. And Gunner scores from second on a pass ball. It got by the catcher. The catcher had to go get it. The pitcher didn't cover home. He got there late, and Gunner just kept going, and he scores from second on a pass ball, wild pitch, whatever you want to call it. That's hustle right there. The pitcher did not cover home. He's just standing there, and then it's too late by the time he gets there. Oh, man, if I'm the Colorado Rockies, if I'm the manager, I'm PO'd. 2-2 count or 3-2 count, pitch to O'Neill, ball 4. So the Orioles get a 2-out, 1-out walk, and the run is in. That's on both the catcher and the pitcher. First off, the pitcher didn't cover home. Secondly, the catcher was not on his horse to get to the ball. He was not, you got to get back there and get it as fast as possible. He was kind of lollygagging it back. Here's Arias. First pitch, swinging a foul back. So I blame both of them there. That's bad hustle by the Rockies. There was no sense of urgency by the catcher to get back there, and the pitcher didn't cover home. And Gunner took advantage of it. 5-1 Birds. 0-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball. Center field. It's going to be playable for the center fielder. That's the second out. O'Neill's going to go back to first. Hey, Chris, no problem, buddy. Welcome in. Totally get it. Yeah, it was a hustle play by Gunner and a lack of hustle on their part. Here's Mullins with 2 down and man on first. First pitch. Pop up. Shallow right field. Second baseman's calling for it. He's got it. And that's your inning. So see, Mullins, I don't know. Mullins to me is, I don't know. I like Mullins as a guy. I think he's a team player. He's good attitude in the locker room. But talent-wise, he's okay. I don't think that Mullins is anywhere near, the 30-30 season he had was an aberration. That's not who he is. Top of the 9th inning coming up. O's with the lead, folks. 5-1 Birds. We're winning. Let's see if they can put them away right here. I'm sorry. The Orioles, my apologies. The Orioles are still home tomorrow. Toronto's in town for 4 games in 3 days. So Monday they play 6:35. Tuesday is a day-night doubleheader. They'll play the first game at 12:35, and then they'll play the second game at 6:35. And then Wednesday is a getaway day, an afternoon game, also a 12:35 game. And then they're off Thursday before they head out to Chicago on Friday. Appreciate all the likes, everybody. We didn't hit our goal today. That's okay. You know what? We had fun. You guys are all here, and that's what matters most. I appreciate y'all being here. So who's got the lead? Let's see if they can do it. So Anthony Dominguez is in the game. And here's Fernandez. And he gets a leadoff base hit just like that. Wow. Sorry, I'm checking my phone on something. So Dominguez, first pitch, he gives up a single. Oh, just like that. So man on first with nobody out. Start the inning. And here's Burnable. He's the one that homered earlier in the game. Here's the pitch. Strike, 0-1. All right, Victor, have a good day, buddy. 15 of you in here now. Hit that like button, gang, as you're coming in. Orioles are 3 outs away from a win. Let's see if they can get it. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike, 0-2. We're going to finish up right here. 0-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. Pop up. Shallow left field. Here comes the left fielder. Looks like he's going to get there. Carlson's got it. That's the first out. 1 down here in the 9th inning. Again, the Orioles starting tomorrow. A 4-game series against Toronto. 4 games in 3 days. Monday night. Tuesday is a day-night doubleheader. Wednesday is an afternoon game. So 4 games coming up against the American League best and Major League best Toronto Blue Jays. At home in Baltimore. All right, Dominguez, next pitch to Nola is a strike, 0-1. Austin Nola at the plate, 0 for 2 in the game. Like a nice double play to end it right here. Let's see if we can get it. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 1-1. Not a lot of offense for the Orioles today, but 5 runs are on the board. We'll take 5. Can't be upset with 5. One pitch on the way from Dominguez. Ground ball up the middle. Gunner's going to take it. One-hander to first. In time, he got him. Bare hand by Gunner. He came charging in. Bare hands it. Gets the out at first. And that's 2 down. Obviously, the runner on first moves up. But now there's 2 outs in the inning. Nice play by Gunner on that ball. He bare hands it. Had to charge it. And gets him at first. That's a nice play. Got him by a lot, too. So 2 down here. Orioles are 1 out away. Here's Arcia. First pitch to him. Swinging a foul. 0-1. That's a weak swing, man. All right, gang. Don't forget to join us tonight on our sister channel, Mouse Talk, as we talk all things Mission Space. Talk a little bit about our trip, the beach trip, Disney talk, all kinds of fun stuff coming up. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. 0-2. So the Orioles are just a strike away. Just a strike away. See if they can put them away right here. No balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs. 5-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that, folks, is the ball game. Not a save situation for Sir Anthony Dominguez, but it's a win for the Orioles. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Orioles. 1 run, 6 hits. They actually out-hit the Orioles. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Rockies. 8 men left on base by Colorado. 4 left on base by the Orioles. Winning pitcher for the O's is going to be Tomoyuki Sagano. I think he moves to 8-4 on the season. And big win for the O's. They needed it, and it's a nice feel-good win for the Orioles for sure as they take the series. And they should take the series. Colorado is one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in baseball. So, they should win the series, be honest with you. And they did. So from here, they've got some good teams coming in. You've got Colorado coming in. Not Colorado. You've got Toronto coming in. After Toronto, you've got to go to the Cubs. So there's some really good teams that are coming in soon to face the Orioles. And, we'll see how they finish up in the season. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for any new subscribers. Thanks for all the new likes. Mods, great job as usual. Again, final score, Orioles 5-1 over the Colorado Rockies. Thank you all for joining me. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Hope to see you tonight for the Sunday Social. We'll talk to you soon.